solve, be sure to check for extraneous solutions. So we have two logs on the left hand side and a log on the right hand side. Now if you notice, we're taking the log base 2 of a number, of v. And I noticed that, and I remember that log, you cannot take the log of a negative number. So I know automatically that letter C is not the answer. But let's go through the process of solving it. So it's either A, B, or D. I have two logs on the left hand side. So whenever I have two logs on the left hand side, the first thing is to condense it into one log. It's just like combining like terms. You can think about it as the same first step. So we have two logs, we can combine it into one. And because we have an addition in between, we're going to have a multiplication. So the v multiplied by the v plus 5 equal to the log base 2 of 6. Now to get rid of the log, I'm going to do the exponent. Opposite of a log will be a base. Cancel. So it gives me a v and a v plus 5. That cancels as well, gives me a 6. From here I'm going to use the distributive property, gives me a v squared plus 5v is equal to 6. To solve it, it's a quadratic equation, so I'm going to try to factor it. Otherwise I can try completing the square, but because this is odd, it's going to be a little more challenging. Or I can use the quadratic formula. By looking at my answers, I know that I should be able to factor it because they're simple answers. I'm going to move my v to the left, or subtract 6 on both sides. That is equal to 0. I'm going to factor this out. V and v, factors of 6, 3 and 2, they should have different signs. So I'm going to use 6 and 1, positive and negative. Because that will give me a positive negative 1 and a positive 6 gives me a positive 5. And now I can use my zero product property. I know that because they're multiplying and it's equal to 0, that one of them should be equal to 0 or both. So move the 6 to the right becomes a negative 6. Move the 1 to the right becomes a positive 1. Remember, your answer cannot be negative because you cannot take the log of a negative number. So therefore your answer is letter A. And that's what they mean by extraneous solutions. Even though you solve it, sometimes you end up with a negative number. But we know that you cannot take the log of a negative number. So therefore that will be extraneous solution. Even though it's part of your solution, it's not correct. So your answer is letter